before we start. Yeah, lively. Let's see. Yeah, we said Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Oshai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Oshai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Oshai. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Kabbalah to the apostles, and elders who rule well at Great Millstone, and a blessed salutation to the Akiums, the folk and the earth to pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. This is Brother Yahweh there.
Brother Cora.
We just, touching various topics, to feed the church. The church of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? So lucky. Right? Especially these Kemetic black unconscious community. We say black unconscious because they're in darkness. And the ones who like to say, Africa is the motherland. Can't tell the Holy Scriptures Africa is not the motherland. Right? These is doctrine that were forced on our people, lies that were forced on our people. Right? Jerusalem, I can't teach scriptures in motherland. Right? And they tell you in Genesis when the Most High plant a garden, the garden is let's call it what this word is, the word for word, the street meaning for the word, which is, cosmos. Aeon, I think it's oikomen. I think oikomen is the whole inhabited earth. So the Most High plant a garden eastward. And there was Jerusalem. And we check up the Forty Crescent. The Forty Crescent is where in the Middle East. This is where civilization begin. Like the Forty Crescent, not nowhere, no Africa. Right? That's lies. Right? It's start off with Galatian, Genesis 2:7.
Genesis 2, chapter 7. You see, and the Lord Yahweh power formed man of the dust of the ground,
Yeah.
and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
So some men say, hey, there's been man formed, but Adam was already created. What the Most High do? Most High take Adam from a confused state and blow the breath of life into him. What's the breath? Breath is get the wisdom of Solomon 7. I think it's from verse 24. You can see what's the breath that the Most High blow into Adam. That the Most High move Adam from a confused state. Right?
Wisdom of Solomon 7 verse 24.
It's
You say, for wisdom is more moving.
That's from finish. Yeah, it's from 24. Yeah, that's straight to the point.
All right. Wisdom of Solomon 7 verse 24. You say, for wisdom is more moving than any motion.
Yeah.
She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
Go ahead.
For she is the breath of the power of God.
Yeah.
And a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
Yeah, so this is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is the Most I put into Adam, the breath, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The ways that pleasing unto the Most High is the way that the Most High don't like. Right? So this is what he put into Adam. So he moved Adam from a confused state and he gave Adam a charge, make Adam Lord over the garden. Right? Go ahead. Continue back in Genesis. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, to what it is it. Yeah, so move Adam from a confused state. Right? And put a breath in him. The breath is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right, go ahead.
See, and back to Genesis 2, verse 7. Right? You see, and the Lord Yahweh power formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
Yeah.
And man became a living soul.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh power planted a garden eastward in Eden.
Eastward in Eden, there's Jerusalem. Right? And this we put him on. Go ahead.
And there he put the man whom he had formed.
Yeah. So this we put him on. That's why Jerusalem is not the land of milk and honey. You understand? There's the Most High garden. Right? In Galatians 4 and 26.
And even there's a show that that it was even more than one people, because the Mosai moved Adam and places separate from amongst the rest of people.
Yeah. That's straight touch with these idiots. You understand? Who have no understanding.
Galatians
4:26. They have no understanding.
This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. He said, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Man, so Jerusalem is the mother of us all. You understand? Jerusalem is the motherland. I know Africa. There's a fable, right? Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the motherland. Jerusalem is the land that the Mosai choose. There's the Mosai land, right? And right now the heathens got the land, right? And they're gonna be soon taken out. The land gonna be soon cleansed with fire, and the children of Israel gonna be back in the land, right? Take a 2 Chronicles 6:6, right?
So 2 Chronicles 6, verse 6. He said, but I have chosen Jerusalem that my name might be there, and have chosen David to be over my people Israel.
Yeah, the Mosai chosen Jerusalem that his name might be there. Right? Jerusalem is the Mosai land. If you can take a bring out Noah.
Yeah, so the Mosai didn't choose Africa, and like these heathens, them over there, these so-called Rastafarians, them like they say, Mama Africa, that is the motherland, that is Mother Earth. That is not according to scriptures. But we know read the Father say Jerusalem, which is free, which is the mother of us all. Where everything begins, where everything starts. Right? So these people that's bug out. You know? All I just say this devil juice where it was taught. Right? So they didn't go according to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Mosai, but after the custom of these heathens. And that would have learned to schooling. So right now, he ain't these things now. It could be like new to them, but with our custom with is this philosophy, this doctrine where Esau teach them.
Yeah.
Right? So he ain't this word, this new word, which is not new, which was already there from the foundation.
Yeah. Right? This is 2 Kings 21:4, and he built an altar in the house of the Lord, of which the Lord said, in Jerusalem will I put my name.
Yeah, so the Most High said, we put your name in Jerusalem, in Africa.
Madness. There's madness, and this is really devil do to these people, right? This is really devil do. Get a quick one in, right? This Habakkuk, right? This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. He said, woe to him. Salakia. I think it's Jeremiah. Salakia, I think it's Jeremiah. Jeremiah said, all nation, these people are drunk with wine. I think it's Jeremiah 50. Let me see. Right? Yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. He said, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and made all the earth drunken. Yes, so all the earth was drunken. After the philosophy, the teaching, the lies, right? It's the nation of drunken of our wine. Yeah, the nation of drunken of our wine. The teaching. These so-called white devil, they push this Egyptology. I think his man name is Francisco Champollion or something like that. I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but it's let me see, I'm pull it up. Right? It's he who pushes Egyptology. You understand? This all this black African movement, and yeah, African and all this madness. You are Israelites, right? You are Israelite. Africa is now no motherland. So that is nation drunken with the wine of Babylon, right? The way the Babylon teachings, right? This where the drunken with. You got something there?
Yeah, Isaiah 29 verse 9. He says, say yourself and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunk, but not with wine.
Done.
They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Done.
Right? So that philosophy, that doctrine, that what they're drunk with. Right? The stagger, they get the blind. You know, they move like a drunk man. He know himself. Right? And that's why when we talk to people and say, never ask yourself why the Most High call we the lost sheep of the house of Israel, because we lost our heritage, we lost our identity. That's why when you read in the book of Job 8 verse 8, the Most High say praying for we to do the search and learn about our forefathers. But we are about of yesterday and knows nothing. Right? So for now, as we try against the Most High, we have to seek him out, seek him out 10 times more. Right? To know. Because we people in gross darkness. Right? The born of Esau juice. Right? This is Christianity. Right? Where we in right now.
And the proud, they're pushing this doctrine with melanin and wool. That's a false doctrine. You understand? Yeah, the man name is Jean Francisco Champollion. You understand? This is the man who push this Egyptology as a so-called white man. You understand? It's a so-called white man, right?
Even all these religion was formed by this devil, by the
And
so-called white man. All these religion,
there's
Islamic,
confusion
Rastafarian, all these things.
among the Roman Catholic Church, right? All the madness. So, the motherland is Jerusalem. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
That's right.
Right? That is the motherland, right? And I got these Israelites, who talking about, we have to go back into the land of Israel. Y'all are a bunch of reprobates. Because the first place, who put you out the land of Israel? The Heavenly Father. He's who put me out. Right? He's the one that put you out the land. You understand? So he's the one that can bring me back in the land. Because it's he who scatter us among these heathens. Go ahead.
There's Isaiah 11 verse 11. He said, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord, Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, from Patros, from Cush, from Elam, from Shinar, from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. So the Mosai, he sold me to slavery, and he sent his son to gather we out, to bring me back into our own land. So we not so way go there for ourselves, the Mosai to carry me back there.
Let me reprobate.
The people who want to buy plane ticket and want to go across the like madness, your shy to bring me out.
Let me reprobate. The land defiled. The land, them heathen defile our land. Them heathen not supposed to be in there. There's a holy land, right? There's a holy land, right? And them heathen not supposed to be in there. So the land defiled. So the Most I say, hey, don't go there.
Even watch it, these Africans and them still doing witchcraft and all these idolatry things over there. Even back in that same scripture I'll bring it out for you today, in 2 Kings 17, was wrong 23 verse. Even today, these lands and them still eating these Hamites and them and still fucking up these people up to this day. Right?
This is uh this is Nehemiah. This is Nehemiah chapter 11 verse 1. He said, and the ruler of the people dwell at Jerusalem. The rest of the people also cast lot, bringing one of 10 to dwell in Jerusalem, the holy city. He said the 9 parts to dwell in the other city. So Jerusalem is the holy city. So when the holy city have inside, they have these heathen, these impostors, and the land is defiled. So the Most High said, don't go there. It is defiled. The Most High, He gonna bring me back in the land. He gonna take me and bring me back in that land. You understand? The land is defiled right now. Right?
Bring out how the heathen can get into that. There's 2 Kings 17 verse 23, right? Um, I'll start at 21. He said, for he rent Israel from the house of David. Now I think when you look up rent, rent does do mean void, and that's for a period of time, right? So the Most High didn't cast away his people, which he foreknew, right? So he said, for he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, king. And Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord Yahweh, and made them sin a great sin. He said, for the children of Israel walk in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did. They depart not from them, until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight. As he said by all his servants, the prophet, so was Israel carried away out of their own land
And
to the Assyrian unto this day, right? And the own land was Jerusalem, right? Israel. He said, and the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Kotah, and from Hava, and from Hamath, and from Sepharium, and placed them in the city of Samaria
and
instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwell in the cities thereof, right? And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there, they feared not the Lord Yahweh. Therefore, the Lord Yahweh sent lions amongst them, which slew some of them, right? So the Most High sent lions and slew some of them because they didn't know the custom of the God of the man of that land. They was defiling the land with abomination. So the Most High sent lions to destroy them, right? So the king of Assyria will bring them into that land. That's how the end of the, right? That when your Shai come, he tell the apostles, don't enter into none of the cities of the Samaria, but rather go unto the lost tribe of the house of Israel, right?
yes,
Bring out.
yeah. So hey, the land defiled, right? The land defiled. The land got heathens inside. Right? This is and when you telling these dumb niggas these things, you know, they're so proud. They're so proud they don't want to take correction. You know, they don't want to take correction. This is Ezekiel. This is 36 verse 4. He said, therefore, ye mountain of Israel, hear the word of the Lord power. He said, thus said the Lord power, the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, to the valley, to the desolate, to the desolate waste, and to the city that are forsaken, which became a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Those cities, the city is Jerusalem. Right, the city become a prey is Jerusalem, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Usually one that become a prey. Right, yeah, Isaiah 60. I think is the last verse. True that Jerusalem is a you Israelites is the most high before you as a city, right?
Yeah, 60.
I think this is the last verse.
The little one shall become a toad.
This is the last verse. So like just 62 and 12. So
Isaiah 62 verse 12. He say, and they shall call them the holy people,
yeah, they shall call them the holy people, who's the Israelites.
the redeemed of the Lord Yahweh,
Yeah,
and thou shalt be called sought out, a city not forsaken.
city not forsaken is the Israelites. Right, he's speaking about the Israelites. I think when Amos 5. Let's see, Amos. Yeah, we got break it down simple, so, as much. This message is only for the elect. So we want you scoffing and being a nigger, where a nigger is a low life, We know this wasn't given to you. Because Yahweh Shai said, his sheep hear his voice. Right? So we know once you scoffing and being a nigger, this is not for you. Right? It's Amos 5 and 3.
Amos chapter 5 verse 3.
Yeah.
He said, for thus said the Lord power, the city that went out by 1,000
So you know a city don't go out. You dumb niggers. A city don't go out. Right, go ahead.
shall leave 100,
Yeah.
and that which went forth by 100 shall leave 10 to the house of Israel.
So that is the Israelite. Israelite are people before a place.
Right?
You understand? So the city that were forsaken, the city that were out there for a prey, was speaking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You are a prey to these heathen, right? And you want to be like these heathen, you're going to be destroyed alongside these heathens, right? So back in Ezekiel 36 and 4, he said, therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord. So he mountain Israel speaking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. The word mountains represent government, right? He said, thus said the Lord power, the mountains and to the hills, to the river and to the valley, the desolate waste, and to the cities that are forsaken, which is the Israelites, which became a prey, which is the Israelite, a diversion and a residue to the heathens that are round about them. So, hey, we under these heathens, right? He said, therefore, thus said the Lord, power, surely in my fire of my jealousy, I have spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. So he's speaking to the heathens in our land, and Idumea is you so-called white people who call yourself Jewish. Use Idumea. This is the Greek word for Edom, right? So, which have appointed my land. And who's the most high land? We read it earlier. Jerusalem, right? Is the heathen in our land, the land defiled. So when you say, but you gotta go back to land to be saved, you are a reprobate. The Most High gotta cleanse the land. The Most High gotta destroy the land, and fire is a purifying agent. The land gonna be burned, right?
You made that land like desert right now because
Can
most side people is not there. So
can
that land can't flourish
can
because we not in it.
can. He said, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh power, surely in my fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen. Who they to? The Palestine they. That's why them and the Jewish people that can't get along, because hey, both of them is imposters. Both of them is imposters.
Scripture say a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
So you can get it if you want on Zechariah 9 and 6. Right? He said, I have spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession. So they appointed the Most High land into their possession. Right? It said, with the joy of all their heart and with a despiteful mind to cast it out for a prey. Verse 6, prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountain, and to the hill, and to the river, and to the valley, thus said the Lord power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathens, right? And we have borne the shame of the heathens. Hey, the heathens dwell in our land, and the Most High gonna destroy them, cleanse the land, and put us back inside that land, right? That's exactly what the Most High gonna do. He's gonna put us back in our land, right? Let me jump down to verse 7. He said, therefore, thus said the Lord power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are wrong about you shall bear their shame. You heathen gonna bear your shame, because all you heathen nation going into captivity. You stinking Africans, you Hamites, right? You are a bunch of dogs to the eating Africans, washing the face with
Oh, don't all.
cow urine. You understand? All kind of mud. These Hamites are filthy. You understand? All these other heathen, the Chinese, they are filthy, eating rat and dog and all kind of. But the so-called white man is the worst of the worst. He's the basest. Everything he's pop. Everything he pushing, he riding. Right? And he's a flame faggot. That's why he pushed the vibration of the earth. He pushed the homosexuality vibration of the earth. You understand? So all you heathen gonna be put to shame because all you heathen is a bunch of children. Y'all is a bunch of children. All y'all gonna be put in check. Right?
Job said they were children of fools.
Then this you so-called white people, you are children of fools. Right? He said verse 8. He said, but he, O mountain of Israel, ye Israelites, he shall shoot forth your branches and heal your fruit to my people. He said, of Israel, for they are at hand to come.
Yeah.
They are at hand to come. Moses is going to bring me back in that land. But the Moses got to cleanse it first. The land polluted by the heathens. That's why the Moses commanded in the book of Deuteronomy, 7th chapter, that we're not supposed to give, we're not supposed to make marriage with the heathen women. That don't mean we can't beat them out. We can use them as concubine, you understand? But we're not supposed to have them as our wife, right? And we're not supposed to give our daughter to them because these heathen gonna defile our daughters. They are heathens. They are unclean beasts. You understand? And they dwell in our land defiled, right? Let's finish up this
Yeah.
one. Verse 9, he said, for behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and he shall be tilled and sown back in the land of Israel.
Yeah.
You understand? Most High, hey, our glory go to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You understand? Our glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. He gonna do everything. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah. Numbers 35, verse 34.
Yeah.
We are talking about the land, the defiled land.
Turn.
Right? He said, defile not, therefore, the land which
Yeah.
ye shall inhabit it, wherein I dwell.
Turn.
For I, the Lord Yahweh, dwell among the children of Israel.
Turn.
Right? So the defile land. A land polluted right now. These heathens them over there.
So you
doing
go.
witchcraft and wickedness.
Yes. So these dumb niggas wanna go back to Israel, think they're gonna be saved. Yeah, they got Israelites still dwelling in the land of Israel who gonna be delivered. Right? They got elect gonna come out to the land of Israel, which is who are Israelites. You understand? Because the prophecy is that the Israelite, the elect gonna be coming from the four corners of the wing, right? In Isaiah 11, they're gonna be delivered from our four corners of the earth, right? So we know that of Israelite there, but most never tell we to go back there, right? The most never tell we to go back there. You understand? This is second Ezra's chapter 6, verse all right, let me see, and then all right, let me get this one in you say you read the one in Zechariah.
9:6.
Yeah, you can read the one in Zechariah 9. I can bring something else.
Zechariah 9:6. He say, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
Yeah. So who dwelling in that right now? The land of Israel. Who dwelling in the bastards, which is you so-called white people, you Arabs, right? You understand? Most I see you can cut them off. Right, this is checking it up there.
I'm going to read and bring out the Revelation. Dwelling in Ashdod, who is them?
Go ahead.
Right? There's the Revelation 3:9. Right? He said, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee, and that he is the Israelites. So I say, you make them at the synagogue of Satan. These is the men they pray in synagogues. So they don't know who they is,
They know, but they just, you see, with these people, they don't understand, right? Esau is a born liar. Right? You can bring it out now. You understand? Esau is a born liar. Esau not gonna tell you the truth. This his lot. His lot is a lie. He's not gonna tell you the truth. You understand? You have it?
Like Psalm 58 verse 3.
Yeah.
He said the wicked are estranged from the womb.
Yeah.
They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Yeah, speaking lies. You understand? He's not gonna tell you the truth. He's not gonna say he's Esau. That's why he call himself Israeli, he call himself American, he call himself Russian, he call himself European, he call himself German. You understand? He call himself um, South Africans. You know, you call himself all these names. It's a what? It's a confuse you people. But all the seed of Esau, they are Edomites. All the seed of Esau, no matter how they look in complexion, with skin complexion, of what you texture, that once the seed go back to Esau, they are Edomites.
That is the biblical name.
And this you reprobate don't understand. The man is a liar. The man right hand is the right hand of falsehood. That's what the man was set up to do. So we telling you dumb niggas, hey, we not supposed to go back in that land. The land defiled. The elect with that elect will be in that land gonna be delivered. Right? Just like how we dwell in this providence here in Trinidad, it's land defiled. And once if you know Father willing we spot the hopefully like the most I can deliver us. Most are gonna deliver us. But the whole entire earth out of course. Right? Psalm 33. Psalm 32 or Psalm 33. The whole entire earth is out of course. This place polluted. So you don't think in your warped mind it's saying all over polluted. Yes, all over polluted, but we say the scripture never tell you to go back there. Most I say he gonna take us back there. Right? I think it's 82 3. No, it's 82 3. 83. Check 83 6. No, 82. Check 82 3. 86. Check 86. That's not right. Psalms 80. Yeah, he said the whole foundation is out of course. Psalms 80. Psalms 82. And
Right.
yeah,
Psalms 82 verse 5.
yeah,
He said, they know not, neither will they understand.
yeah,
They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
yeah. The whole foundation, the earth is out of course. You understand? So everywhere polluted, everywhere defiled. So we gotta do. You gotta take it. You gotta move away from this world mentally. From this defiled, polluted place, you gotta move away mentally.
Everywhere you turn is wickedness.
Yeah,
And he saw us making it public now. No way. He hide it not. No way. They're coming out to the abominations, the Makumi man thing. Man and man, woman and woman. Hey, this place finish. He saw finish and he know his time near. He know his time. The rulership gonna end. Because them can't rule.
and the children ain't fit for rule. None of these nations ain't fit for rule. But Esau is the worst of the worst. He's the worst of all these kingdoms, starting from the Assyrian Babylonian kingdom, right? The Medio Persian Empire. You understand the Greek Empire. You understand the pagan Roman Empire. You know they show that these heathen ain't fit for rule. All them is a bunch of children. You understand, right?
Well, we people following after the wickedness and liking it too.
Yeah, and they not know they're committing spiritual fornication, which is a sin to death. When the Most High say he adulterers and adulteress. Know he know that the friendship of the world is enemy to the Most High. Right?
Because they ain't following after the Mosai standard where he set for we. As scripture in second Ezra, the Mosai say he gets straight commandments, the such as came, what we should do to live and what we should do to avoid punishment. But Esau teach them to break the laws that are away.
Yeah,
As scripture in Romans 1:25.
yeah, because Esau want back keyboard right. That's why Esau doing that. Esau want back keyboard right. So what Esau doing? Esau putting this stumbling block before you Israelites, before you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American Indian. Esau allowing you to be a faggot, write laws to defend you. He built up all these abortion center facilities so women go and kill the man's seed, give women rights over man. You understand? Allow you to eat pork and all. Esau know these things, so he put his stumbling block there so he can accuse you and say, look, these are the people you choose. These are the people you choose. Look what they're doing. Because what? Esau want back keyboard right. So Esau doing everything in his power to get back keyboard right. But you dumb niggas don't understand. You know? You don't understand. And when we tell you you want to scarf and you want to be niggas, yeah, they got judgment for that. You understand? They got judgment for that because so-called white man, these are the heathen nations are your enemies. Right? Let me just read this. This is Zechariah 12:6. He said, in that day will I make the government of Judah like an heart of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in the sheaf, and they shall devour all the people round and about. Hey, we're gonna put these people in prison. We're gonna enslave these heathens, right? He said,
That would be righteous judgment too,
God,
we're making.
they're gonna be
Right?
reparation.
Yeah.
There's reparation we want. We want these heathen as our slaves. We don't want no money. We want your blood, sweat, and tears. Right? He said, fire in the sheaf, and they shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left, and Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem. And hear the Most High say, listen this carefully, right? He said, and Jerusalem, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, right? Yeah, Ezekiel 5:5. And Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in our own place. And where? Even in Jerusalem. So Jerusalem is used to called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Most sides we can put you back in the land. Right? Most sides put you back in the land.
Ezekiel 5:5.
Yeah.
He said, thus said the Lord power, this is Jerusalem.
This is Jerusalem.
I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her.
So the Most High scattered in these countries. Jerusalem is used to called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They are another name for the Israelites. Jerusalem. You understand? Yeah, bring me at it. Yeah.
Right? No, so there's we was talking about we people, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the follow after the customs Esau, because Esau changed the truth of the Mosai into a lie, and they started worship the creatures, instead of the Mosai, all these abomination things. Right? The second Maccabees 4:15. He said, not certain by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Christians best of all. Right? So they're like, these things were, I watching with Jakes and thing, them men enjoying this. I see one of them. The man come to propose to him, boy, and he pull out a ring and he on the ground. The Jakes had a cry, joy, like a pure wickedness, Hey, this place had a burn, right? Until all people shall perish by the sword. Most I gonna kill you, Jakes.
And you dumb niggas who like to say that don't affect you, most I can kill you too. Because you's a faggot. If you saying they don't affect you, it's not your business, you's a faggot. And Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai gonna put you to death too. Alright, this is you finish it?
Yeah, but
This is Deuteronomy 30:1. He said, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. This is balance, the blessing and the curse, which is balance. Right? Which I have said before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy power had driven thee. So the Most High who scatter we. So the Most High who gonna bring we back. Right? It's, and and shall return unto the Lord thy power, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I commanded thee this day, that thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul. He said that then the Lord Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations. Most I say he can return and gather we from all nations. Now we to go back there. No, the Most I said that the land polluted. And watch when these Jays go there, you see the hassle Esau give them to even go in there. You understand? It's he said verse 3, he said that then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whether the Lord thy power hath scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost part of heaven, from hence will the Lord thy power gather thee, and from hence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy father possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord thy power will circumcise thine heart, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And how the Most High circumcise our heart, the Most High gonna put the laws in our heart. The Most High gonna program we that we not gonna go off again, and don't mean we're not gonna die. Because when you sin is when you die, is when you start dying. And, within. You understand? Because when Adam sinned, that's how Adam days start counting down. Yeah, the days got short. Adam didn't live for a full day, right? He didn't live for a full day. A full day with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is 1,000 years. Adam lived for 900 something years, right? Yeah, he didn't live a full day. You understand? So sin is what make me die in. The Israelites die in. Because we didn't create the die. These are the heathen nation, they're gonna die. But when the Most High put the war within our heart, which means gonna program we're not gonna go off, we're gonna live for eternity.
Okay.
Right? Finish up.
Good.
Verse 7, he said, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies. So they go on the Africans, they go on the Esau, the so-called white man, they go on the East Indians, they go on the Chinese, they go on the Arabs, all these heathen nations, these curses go on. All the course that we've been through, it can go on them. Right? He said, and the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemy and upon them that hate thee, which persecute thee. So all these nations persecute us. So all the course that we've been through, Deuteronomy 28, from verse 15 going down, these courses going on you niggas. You are the heathen nation are niggas. You are low life. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, the scripture say, recompense double according to what she do unto we,
Good.
right? As the brother was saying, we won't die, because the Most High God put back the laws into our minds and into our hearts, we won't go off,
Good.
right? There's the Revelation 21, 3 and 4.
Start from the top up.
All right, I'll start at this one. He say, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Be a new rulership of righteousness. Heaven represents power, rulership, right? Because the earth abide forever. Bring it out real quick. The earth abide forever, right?
There is some of the people feel, the world will not be destroyed.
The world is the so-called white man. How much time the apostles and the elders break it down?
His nations.
Right? How much time? The world is the so-called white man. The world represents nation or race. They got three different meanings for the word. For the word, world in Greek, which is cosmos, ion, and oikomen. Right? This is Ecclesiasticus. No, Salakio. Ecclesiastes. Right? It's Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4. It says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abide forever.
That's right.
Hey, Shalom, yeah, what's up? Israelite folk and Azar. Hey, Shalom, Mark.
Shalom.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua Barakatam. Yeah.
Continue, right?
So, yeah,
Revelation 21, verse 1.
Yeah.
He said, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
Yeah.
For the first heaven and the first earth will pass away.
So the first, so you saw a new heaven, which is a new rulership. There's a rulership of Yahweh Shai.
New government.
You understand? Can righteousness and set upon the earth. And there's a prayer. Our Father prayer. You understand? As it in heaven, so shall it be on earth. So there's the righteousness that gonna set up, which is a new heaven and new earth. Right? And the first one?
The first earth will pass away.
Yeah.
And there was no more sea.
The first earth was passed away, meaning the so-called white man rulership. Right? They're gonna pass away, they're gonna be destroyed. Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Right? Go ahead, Right.
He said, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem.
The holy city, New Jerusalem, the Israelite, the elect, the Israelite. We read it in Amos 5:3, right? Yeah. The elect, the city that went out 1,000, right? Is the elect coming down in those so-called UFO, which we call the IFO, identifying flying object. Right?
They didn't say New Africa.
Can.
Right?
Neither Elam or Isa. It said New Jerusalem.
Right? Coming down from power out of heaven, prepare as a bride adorned for a husband.
Yeah, as a bride adorned for a husband is the elect. And how would they get up in those triads? Right? We go into that. How would they get up there? Right? This is Revelation. Right? This is and they are the elect who get beamed up in those so-called tribes from the destruction. Right? This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. He said, and they hear a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up thither, and they ascend up to heaven in a cloud. And what's the cloud? The cloud is a chariot. Right? Let me get a quick. The cloud is a chariot. Right? This is Psalms 103. Psalms 104, verse 3. Who laid the beam of his chamber in the water? Who maketh the cloud his chariots? Who maketh the cloud his chariots? So there was beam up into those chariots. Right? Back in Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. And they hear a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up thither, and they ascend up to heaven in a cloud, which is the chariots, right? He said, and their enemies behold them. And there's how how they get up in those chariots. You have something there?
Yeah, there's 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 17.
Good.
He said, then we which are alive and
see the spirit act now opposite. Hey, to what act now opposite, yeah.
Yeah, there's 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 17.
Yeah.
Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds,
in the chariots. And there's why they get caught up in the clouds. I'm read this verse Revelation 11 and 13. And the same hour was a great earthquake. Why is a great earthquake? Because those missiles gonna be hitting America and the earth gonna rock to and fro. Those missiles, right? It said, and the same hour was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake was stayed, and the Salakio. He said, and the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, the word said mean completion, because everything in America gonna die. Right? The only people who gonna survive out of America is the elect of the nation of Israel, who gonna be beamed up in them chariots. They're gonna be beamed up in those chariots. Right? He said, slain of 7,000 men, 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and give glory to the heavenly Father, and the remnant, which is the elect, were frightened, right? He said, were affrighted and give glory to the power of heaven. You understand? So, hey, everything in America gonna be destroyed, right? And that's how they was beamed up in those chariots. It could continue the Thessalonians.
Yeah, 1 Thessalonians 4:17. He said, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds
Yeah.
to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord.
And
Yahweh Basham Yahushai.
they're gonna be in those chariots. Think about it, Revelation 21. They're gonna be in those chariots. That's how they come down. They come down from those chariots.
Back to the Revelation 21, verse 2. He said, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem,
Yeah.
coming down from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of power is with men.
Oh, that's straight cut to these rebellious women and these dumb niggas. Like the police women, on a high pedestal. Yo, a woman beneath you. Use Lord over she. Use she Lord, she beneath you. You understand? The Most High deal with men. The men deal with the women. That's how the Heavenly Father set it up. If you're not doing what your man say, you're not serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You's a demon. Right? Go ahead,
Right? You see, the tabernacle of power is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and power himself shall be with them, and be their power.
Can.
And power shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
All tears. I'm thinking about the Israelites.
And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow.
This is for the Israelites. Not for you heathen, for the Israelites. You heathen gonna still die. You heathens who gonna be slave in the kingdom, you're gonna still live a normal life. Israelite not gonna die.
Right? No more death, neither sorrow, nor
Yeah.
crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
And this for the Israelite. Go ahead.
Right? And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new.
Yeah. Refresh. Right? Remember the word new means to refresh. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful.
These words are true and faithful for you reprobate who want to discredit the Bible and debunk the Bible. Most are gonna destroy you.
Right? And this promise is made for the Israelites, because the old covenant and the new covenant is same Israel, right? For the elect, right? Not for these other nations. Right? Our precept here. There's Revelation 21, 12. He say, now go start at 11, I'll start at 10. Right? He say, and he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me the great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from power, having the glory of power, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the name written beyond, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
No Africa. No Africa Day. The so-called the Edomites Day. The East Indian. The Ishmaelites, who's the Arabs. The Moabites, who's the Chinese. The Ammonites, the Japanese. They. No, only the Israelites. Right? Because I said this war was made for many, but the world to come is a few. Meaning the Israelites gonna rule. The Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latins, and Native Americans, we gonna rule. Our Lord Yahweh Shai gonna be the king, right? King David gonna be under Yahweh Shai, the 12 and the 144,000. These gonna be the top governor under Yahweh Shai. They're gonna rule the entire planet Earth. Yeah, go ahead.
Right? We know saying right? So we know the kingdom of heaven is for the Israelites.
Yeah.
Right? You know, and this world was made for we. Right? They second Ezra 6. I'll start at verse 58. He said, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, the only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
Yeah.
Right? He said, if the world now be made for our sakes, Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? So right now we enjoying this affliction because we come across here to serve a penalty, right? But the Most High created this world for we, right? But if we read back up to verse 55, right, he say, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Done.
So he made the world for the Israelites' sakes.
Done.
These other nations is nothing. These other nations is our servants, slaves. They below us. But through we transgress the Most High and his laws, the Most High put these devils over we.
And dumb niggas want to be Africans.
Right? As the scripture in 58 say, he say, but we thy people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy firstborn lover are given into their hands. Right? So we are given into the hands of these devils. Right? So we come across here to serve a punishment.
Done.
Right? But the Most High guarantee we back. For he say in the land of the captive we shall remember we said.
Done.
Right? So as Paul say, the Most High have not cast away his people which he foreknew. So the Most High didn't cast away people to say he done away with people and we just come across here to serve a sentence. Just for a period of time. And that period of time over. Right? We soon out of slavery. We soon out of this bondage.
This brother put up the this is Isaiah 26 and 20. Isaiah 26 and 20. He said, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy door about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment. Yeah, and the chambers is the chariots. And hide thyself as was for a little moment means the destruction. Those missiles gonna be flying. World War III. You understand? It's Psalms 91 tell you, we gonna see the fall of our enemy. 1,000 shall fall at our right hand, our left hand, and it's not gonna come near we, right? So, the elect gonna be beamed up in those so-called UFO, which is the chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right?
And he says just for a little while, and the scripture say the Most High say go shorten the days for the elect sake. So
Yeah.
just a little while, we are the day.
No, America gonna be destroyed in 1 hour. So a little moment. World War III gonna finish. He gonna finish when Yahushua come back and those fathership. He gonna wipe out these nation military. So the Most I said just for a little moment. So we can be out of space in those chariots, see the destruction, and you dumb niggas, 2,000 people gonna be burned up, and this heathen army gonna be destroyed. But not all the heathens gonna be destroyed. Because you need slaves, work need to be done. They gotta clean up, they gotta start building back our kingdom. So the Most High gonna preserve some of the heathens to start the employment, the 24-hour service. Right? You understand? Start building back our kingdom. Right? So not all the heathens gonna be destroyed, but 2/3 of you Israelites wanna follow the heathen, y'all gonna be destroyed. Some of the heathens gonna be destroyed too. But you 2/3 who die on the side, y'all gonna come back. Y'all gonna come through the lines of the elect. Y'all gonna come back and straight in the kingdom. Because right now y'all are children and y'all are disobedient. Y'all are spiritually childish. Right? Since Isaiah 26 and 10, come he, my people, who's the Israelite, the elect, enter thou into thy chamber and shut thy door about thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment until indignation is past. Until indignation is past, which is the most high righteous anger. Right? Yeah, something there? Yeah,
They drove 27. Our started was 14, and you're saying, the Most High ain't gonna destroy them because we need slaves. You have to build back the kingdom. Right? He said, Job 27 verse 14, he said, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
Done.
He said, those that remain of him shall be buried in debt, misery,
Done.
hardship,
Done.
slaves,
Done.
and his widow shall not weep. He said, though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on.
That's right.
So all we have, we're gonna get back all these things.
What we have is ours.
It's ours.
What was made for our sake. So all these riches you need to have is our riches. So you can bring it back to we by force. Right? You can read, we finish it?
Yeah.
Read Isaiah 24. Start at verse 20. Right? Yeah. You Rothschild, Rockefeller, DuPont, Goldman Sachs, you top elite, you top devils. And the so-called white man, you top devils. Hey, you can be our forced fruit of slaves. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Isaiah 24 verse 20.
Yeah. Start from there.
He said the earth,
No, start from 19.
19. Isaiah 24 verse 19. He said the earth is utterly broken down.
Yeah.
The earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly.
Yeah, go ahead.
The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard.
How you gonna read to and like a drunkard when those missiles gonna hit? All these heathen nations gonna shoot missiles at America. Israel gonna be destroyed with missile. Certain part of Europe gonna be hit too, right? Because World War III. Go ahead.
And shall be removed like a cotton, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it.
Yeah, because the missile transgression gonna be heavy on it. Go ahead.
And it shall fall and not rise again.
This beast system will fall and not rise again. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones.
So the ones on high gonna be punished. Go ahead.
That are on high.
Yeah.
And the king of the earth upon the earth.
So the Most High can punish the one that's on high, which is the Rothschilds, Rockefeller, the Goldman Sachs, the elite banking family, the Rothschilds. The Most High gonna punish them, and the Most High can punish the kings of the earth. Are you presidents, right? You heathen presidents, you heathen leaders. The Most High gonna punish y'all, right? Y'all going into slavery. Go ahead. Y'all going into slavery. Most High gonna punish the high ones and the kings upon the earth. Right?
Isaiah 24.
Yeah, Isaiah 24. Right?
Right. You say and Isaiah 24, I'll start back at 21, right? And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
Yeah.
And they shall be gathered together as prisoners.
Prisoners. That's we gonna round them up as prisoners. Right? The high ones with the elite banking family and the kings of the earth with these heathens. Go ahead.
Are gathered in the pit.
We can put them in a pit. Go ahead.
And shall be shut up in prison.
We can put them in prison. Go ahead.
And after many days shall they be visited.
And after many days shall they be visited because what? Time to work. Employment. Our kingdom needs to build. Right? That's what coming to you heathens.
Back in the brick pits, so brick pits for you, right?
There's no coming to you heathens. You got something in? Let's read this one. What's up put up? This is from Israelite Folk Azar, Revelation 6 and 15. Revelation chapter 6, verse 15. Oh, it's Revelation 6 and 15. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 15. He said, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captain, and the mighty men, and he said, and every bondsman, and every free man hide themselves in the den, and in the rocks of the mountains. He said, and said to the mountains and rock, fall upon us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. So this really gonna want to hide themselves, but hey, these rock and things not gonna fall on them. Cause what? You can preserve the Most High can preserve them for what? Slavery. You understand? Most High can preserve them for slavery, but some of these heathen gonna die. You know, especially the ones them in America. All y'all gonna be destroyed. You understand? All y'all gonna be destroyed. Only the elect gonna come out to America. You understand? Who are Israelites. But these are the heathen around Europe and all around the other place, Asia, Africa, all these places. Yeah, the Most High gonna preserve them. You know, the Most High gonna preserve them for us because we need servants.
We need workers.
Yeah, we need workers. Right? We need workers. Right? You got something there? And let's close off with this one. We got hit you with, right? Yeah. So so to are you
What do you
to are you. I want to close now for
I
you. You got something? You got something to bring it out? You got something to bring it out?
Brother Jeremiah 16:16, we say the
Yeah.
rocks will
Go
never
ahead, bro.
hide.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 16 verse 16.
Yeah.
He said, Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord Yahweh.
So we are fishers. We fishing for the elect. Who we use as bait? The Most High word. The Most High said we as fishers. You understand? To wake up is elect. We now wake up the elect now. This word will do it. According to is Baruch. I got a quick one there. Is Baruch, right? We not waking up the elect. We just speaking the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the elect gonna hear it. Yahushai says sheep hear his voice.
That's right.
Right? So we are nothing. We are just loyal servants. Right? I think it's Baruch. Yeah, this is Baruch. Salakia. This is Baruch chapter. Yeah, this is Baruch chapter 4 verse 37. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sendest away. They come gathered together from the east, from the west, by the word, of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh. So hey, it's by the word they're gonna be gathered up. By this word, the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right?
Right. Say, for behold, I will send for many fishers,
Yeah,
said the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them.
yeah.
And after I will send for many
Yeah,
hunters,
the Most High gonna send for the hunters.
and,
Yeah,
and they shall hunt them from every mountain
yeah,
and from every hill,
yeah.
out of the holes of the
Out
rocks.
of the holy rock. And this is scripture the brother just said, right? This is brother just said they're gonna be hiding the rocks of ark, the rocks of fall on them. To hide them from what? Hide them from the lamb. The lamb is Yahweh Shai. That's why the Most High said his right hand shall not spare sinners. And then these are so like to ask you, so you's not sinner too? Yeah, we all fall short of the glory. Yeah, we all wanted to be put to death. But the Most High gonna show mercy to the elect. You understand? The Most High gonna show mercy to the elect. So we hoping to receive that mercy. But you niggas have no hope. You understand? You niggas have no hope. You understand? You niggas want to continue being wicked and afraid to come to the light, which is this truth, which is the scriptures. You understand? One claiming that he's a Christian, believing in the New Testament, but siding with a man who believes in nature, and the man discrediting the Bible, the man speaking all kind of evil thing about the Bible, but he not saying nothing. You see, all them is worship Baal. They are worship of Baal. That's why the Most High gonna put y'all to death. Because y'all are adulterers. You understand? So let me close off with this one. This is Ezekiel 37, verse 20. He said, and the stick whereupon thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. And this is why we have the 12 tribes sign out on the streets. Right? Because they were a straight commandment from the Heavenly Father. Right? And say unto them, thus said the Lord power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. So it's the Most High who can bring me back into our own land. So we're not supposed to say that, keep pushing the doctrine that we gotta go back to Israel to be saved. Y'all are a bunch of reprobate. You understand? He said, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be the king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, because we were split. But read earlier, when the Most High rent Israel from King David, the Most High separated us in two nations. That's why sometimes you see in the scripture, you see Judah and you see Israel, which is two nations, which is the Israelite. Judah is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and Israel is northern kingdom, which is the so-called Negroes, Salakia,
Natives.
so-called native Indians and the so-called Latinos, right? And in the New Testament, you're going to see Jew and Greek. It's the same people that are Israelite. Because the Northern Kingdom, a matter of fact, the whole of the chain of Israel were Hellenized. You understand? They were Hellenized. They were calling themselves by Gentile names. Even before the Most High wake me up, I used to call myself a guy. I used to call myself a Gentile, not knowing that I was at time I am a born Israelite by blood, right? You know this dummy said the Most High don't give nation nationality. Nation give themselves their own nationality. That's how dumb is these niggas. You understand? Don't want to give Yahweh Hashem Yahushai no glory. These men hate the Creator. That's why you can destroy them with soul destruction, right? Yeah, it's Ezekiel 37:22, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore, at all. He said, neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgression, but I will save them out of all their dwelling place wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power. And David, my servant, shall be king over them. So if you call these Gotterat in Jerusalem as the people, where is King David? Which one of them in the land of Israel right now? Where is King David? If you're claiming that there's the holy people, there's the Israelite, the true children of Israel, where is King David? For you Christians, because you like to say them people over there, them dogs over there, that the Most High said were a bastard, they are bastards. So where is King David? Hey, Shalom Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Brakatam, two witness. You understand? So where is King David? Right? It's verse 24, Ezekiel 37 and 24. And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgment and observe my statutes and do them. You understand? So it's the Most High who's going to bring us back in our own land. You understand? The Most High is who's going to do that. We can't do that of our own. You can't get them saying, no, but we going back to the land of Israel. You are a reprobate. You understand?
Isaiah 14 verse 1.
Done.
He said, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob,
yeah,
and will yet choose Israel.
You have mercy on who? Jacob, not Africans. Not the so-called white man. You have mercy on Jacob.
That's
and
right.
Yet still choose Israel, which is the Israelites. Right, go ahead.
And set them in their own land.
He gonna set us in our own land. Alright, go ahead.
And the strangers shall join with them.
And the strangers are Israelites. When you go into the word stranger, it means Gor or Gorsham. We're speaking to the Israelites. Right, go ahead.
Shall be joined with them,
yeah.
and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah.
Right, so Mosiah bringing back, it could be no more two kingdoms, it could be one. And one king shall rule over them.
Done.
Right, so the native will not join back onto the Negroes.
And
the tribe of Judah.
And the Latinos.
And the Latinos.
They're gonna be one. We're gonna be back one kingdom. That's why he said the stranger gonna be joined unto them. The stranger, they are Israelites. Right? We just read in Ezekiel 37. There shall not be two more nations, gonna be one. He said the stranger, when you go into the Greek word is Gur, which means the Israelite, because there was Moses' first son name, because he was born in a strange land. Right? You understand? Go ahead.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Yeah.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
The house of Israel, which is the Israelite, which is your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, will possess them. Who you can possess?
He shall possess them in the house. In the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
In the land of the Lord, which is Jerusalem. Go ahead.
For servants. And handmaids. And they shall take them captive.
And we can take them captive.
Who captives they were?
So who captives we is right now? Who we under? Who we under right now? That is so-called white man. Is that the nation? So we're gonna take them. This we can take them in the war, in this wicked war, like they use a phrase, say what goes wrong comes around. So we're gonna take our captive, we're gonna take them. Go ahead.
And they shall rule over their
And
oppressors.
we're gonna rule over our oppressors.
And
Right? Go
and
ahead.
even the natives in the lost tribes and promised land, that book, even the natives was letting them know,
Done.
you know, that the Most High going to put we back on high. And
Done.
we're going to be lords of the earth as how we was once did.
Done.
And we shall be lords over all these heathen nations.
That's right.
Right? The native them that say that. Say whatever was written on the tablets is true. Right?
I'm gonna just piece up and close off here. To witness is by a ram. Hey, Shalom Mark again,
Hey,
the
Shalom.
plantation. Look at this. This is Ephesians chapter 4. As a the backup page, just read that Jeremiah 30 and 16. Yeah, this is Ephesians, right? Ephesians chapter 4, verse 5. Yeah. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 5. He said, one Lord, one faith, one baptism. Yeah, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one power and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. So all them different doctrine y'all want to teach and all them things, yeah, it's only one. There's only one, right? One power, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. One power, one faith, right? You understand? You understand? One baptism. And the only way you can get baptized is by taking heed to these words. That's how you're gonna be cleansed. By doing what the scriptures say. Right?
Yeah, one Lord, right? One Most High.
Can.
As David say, who is like unto thee, right?
Who is like unto Yahweh? A terrible king.
What do you mean?
That's what Christians don't teach. They don't teach the terribleness of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Oh, God is love, love, love. Yeah, we not denying that, but he's a terrible power. And y'all niggas gonna see power these last days. Y'all gonna see Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai power. You see we do in India? He bring a flood on them and about 300 something them done dead already. Drunk them out, over 200 something thousand that evacuate. And there got a lot of Israel living in India. Because the prophecy say they're gonna be coming out of Elam. You understand? They're gonna be coming out of Elam. Right? So hey, y'all don't think the dreadness of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, y'all gonna see the power of Yahweh Hashem and the dreadness in him. Right? Y'all wanna put Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in a little box. Oh, he's love, he's just love. Yeah, he's just love. Most I gonna bring hell in this fucking place.
Amos 3:6.
Yeah.
He says, shall a trumpet be blown in a city,
Yeah.
and the people not be afraid?
Yeah.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord Yahweh had not done it?
Yeah, all praise to Yahweh Hashem
So all that
Yahushua.
way that will go on with the flood, all these people drunk is the Most High do
Yeah.
that.
You see you're gonna drown them with his flood. As we say, you see you're gonna do that. You see you're gonna drown them with his flood. There's an
And even seem to cut Nathan garbage, wonder hey, going out and preaching against violence.
need gold
Is
to
the
make
Most High doing that?
need
So
gold
to go there to try to stop that. You can't stop the work side, your Basham, your shine.
need gold to make money. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 23. Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overflow the throne of the mighty. Right? No, Salakia. Let me read from verse 22. Right? Salakia is verse 22. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 22. And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast out as out of a stone bowl, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. And this we're seeing right now in the land of India. I think it's in Kerala, something. The place name is Kora. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's Kerala, something. The place name, but it's a state place in India. So the most I say the water gonna drown them cruelly. You understand? Water gonna drown them cruelly, right? Yeah, anything else about it? Let me close off there. I hit the road every time. Anything there?
Well,
You got nothing there? Hey, you wanna say Tawada to the Akiums, the brother Yawasap, the brother Bayaram, Tawada for the support. We always listen to the fire. We wanna say Tawada to I see a post on precept day. Bring out quick that. Isaiah 42 and 13. Yeah.
Says Isaiah 42, verse 13.
Yeah.
Right? He said, the Lord Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man, and he shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
Ooh. Church them don't teach that. They don't teach that. The Most High is a jealous man too. You understand? And a mighty man and a man of war. Go ahead.
And scripture says, jealousy is the rage of a man, and he shall not spare any time of vengeance.
You know why the Most High jealous? Look what they're doing to his people. Look the state that your people in. And the Most High jealous because Israel worshiping idols. Right? Go ahead,
Right? Say, and he shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
Yeah.
He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies.
Go ahead.
I have long time holden my peace.
Yeah.
I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
The Most High gonna destroy. Let's read up. What is it?
13 to 14.
13 to 14. Go ahead. Verse 15. Go ahead.
I will make waste mountains and hills, and dry up all their herbs, and I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools,
Yeah.
and I will bring the blind by the way that they knew not. I will let them in paths that they have not known.
The blind is the Israelites who are going to be waking up. Go ahead.
I will make darkness light before them.
Yeah, the Most High gonna wake them up to the light, which is the truth. Bring out to that darkness, the different philosophy and the madness that we were caught up in. Go ahead.
And crooked things straight.
Go ahead.
Right, as the Most High say, who could bring a clean thing out of unclean? Not one, is only he could do that.
Done.
Right? You see, and crooked things straight.
Yeah, because we was crooked too. You understand? And the Most High gonna make the elect straight. Alright, go ahead.
These things will I do unto them, and not forsake them.
The Israelite, the Most High not gonna forsake the Israelite. The places in India is Kerala, the city that the Most High, put 300 or something of them to death. You understand? Yeah, right now the Most High burning down California right now. But what these people don't want to give Yahweh Hashem Yahushai no praise. Right? They don't want to give him no praise. It's like I say, so Tawada to the Akiums and the coming board, the brother Yawasap from South Africa, the brother Bayaram, and Yobis, and to the viewers, to the hopeful elect, and to the sisters who listening quiet in silent. Right now, these dragons who wanna rule over the husband and being disrespectful, Most High gonna bring hell on you wicked ass bitches. Right? And obviously, let's say the fire, you want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well at great stone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiums and the folk and the earth to push in the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom.